Hi everyone, I'm Stacy, the 911 Stitcher. Welcome to my channel about cross stitching. Today is Thursday, May 28th, 2020. This is video number 34. Welcome to the new subscribers and a big hello to the ones that have returned. Thank you so much, you guys. I really appreciate that. So I wanted to talk to you today about cross stitching and progress that I've had on some works in progress, and to talk to you guys a little bit about what happened this past week. As many of you have seen on my Instagram page, we did lose my stepdaughter it was last week, and it's been a really hard week for us. It's 2020 and 2019 have been so terrible for our family. A lot of people have passed away, and this week was just terrible. But, and there might be some people asking, how can she do a floss tube after this happening? And that's an easy one, because my stepdaughter's name was Elizabeth, and she wasn't just my stepdaughter, she was my very close friend. We talked every day, almost every day, and she was amazing. She loved me the minute she met me, and she's awesome. She also watched my floss tubes every single week. And the crazy thing is that Elizabeth did not stitch. And I told her, I said, Elizabeth, you don't have to watch my videos. And she says, but that's how I get to see you. So she's awesome. And so the reason I'm doing a video today is for her, because she truly enjoyed watching my YouTube videos. And even though she didn't stitch, she enjoyed watching and seeing the new charts, and she just enjoyed the videos altogether. So I feel like if I didn't make a video, I would be letting her down, I guess. And I know she's watching from wherever she's at, and so it makes me happy. And cross stitching makes me happy. Looking at beautiful charts makes me happy. And again, I know that if I didn't do one, I feel like I would be because she watched them faithfully every single week. I feel like I would be letting her down in a way. It might sound weird, but it's just how I feel. So I will talk about what happened, but I'm going to put that at the end of the video, because a lot of people are here to see cross stitch stuff. And for those of you that do want to hear a little bit about what our family went through last week, I will definitely explain. Elizabeth was not shy about her condition, and she was a very open, giving person, and I'll tell you more about her at the end of the video. So I want to say thank you so much to all of you that have sent me emails, that have given me comments on my previous video, sent me messages on Instagram. It truly has meant a lot to me. I have a huge thank you to a friend named Angela, who has sent me a box of comfort that just blew me away, and I'll show that in a few minutes too. But for cross stitch news, let's get started. And I would like to show, let's see, I'll show mail first. I got some great mail, lots and lots of thank you cards, well wishes, sympathy cards this week, and I can't thank you guys enough. So these are some of the cards that I received over the week, or last couple of weeks, I should say. I can't thank you all enough. For you to have taken time to write me a card and mail it and think of me is truly, I appreciate that so much. It truly means a lot to me. One of the viewers wrote me a wonderful thank you card and sent, isn't that beautiful? She sent a couple of charts that she bought duplicates of. And would you believe I've been doing the same thing? I have an app on my phone that I've religiously started using now that I've bought in several charts by mistake in duplicate. I'm now putting all of my charts in this app, and it's helped a lot. So she had done the same thing and sent me some charts that she had bought duplicates of. So Anne, thank you so very much for the charts that you sent me. They are so appreciated, and they're beautiful. This one is by Plum Street Samplers, called Friends of the Heart, and it's Heart, H-A-R-T. Isn't that beautiful, those colors? I love fall colors, love that crow, and I wanted to show you guys that because I think it's a beautiful chart. She also sent me Kathy Barrick, Dear Santa, and Dear is D-E-E-R. So she sent me this beautiful chart too. And thank you so much. Okay, next I got some haul or some stash. I got my Color and Cotton Thread of the Month. They are such, if you're interested at all in doing a Thread of the Month, which is a subscription where you get thread sent to you. You can determine how much thread you want. Usually it's like 3 or 6 or 5. I chose 3 because I just wanted to see what they were like, and I haven't yet increased the amount because I have since discovered I love Color and Cotton. So for me, these were the colors they sent. Isn't that blue just gorgeous? This blue is called Sapphire. The middle one is also gorgeous, called Oceana. And this pretty one is Seahorse. So Color and Cotton, they have been a great subscription. They send emails saying they might be a little bit delayed because of everything going on. I have never seen a delay. They are just wonderful. I'm really happy with them. Another subscription that I have that I received is Picture This Plus Ren. I've shown Ren quite a bit. Actually, I'll take it out so you guys can see. My subscription was for 28 count. I wish I had picked 32 because I love 32 count. And I sent them a message this week asking if I can change it, and they said no. So I was a little disappointed by that, but that's okay. What it is they send their orders in and they are already being dyed. And so I'm not sure if they ever open up to where you can change it, but I'm gonna keep an eye on that. And when they do, and I love 28 count, don't get me wrong, 28 count's a great count. So this is Ren. It is beautiful. This is what I'm doing stables at Hollyberry Farm by Stacy Nash on, and I'll show you that progress in just a few minutes. So this was my subscription for the month, last month or this month, 28 count Ren by Picture This Plus. I'm gonna show a few more charts that I got that I just loved. I talked about this one last week. It is by Hello from Liz Matthews called Aloft. And I mentioned how sometimes I get a little tired of stitching US flags in all the charts. I love the variety of different flags of different countries. I always have, even when I was a kid, I've loved the flags. So this one is different. This is called Aloft by Hello from Liz Matthews. And they've got the French flag in there. And it looks like a postage stamp. 25 francs? I remember going to France several years ago, back when they still used the franc. And I also went to Germany, and I also went to England. So I had all these, this was before the euro, and I had all these different coins in my purse, and it was so fun trying to figure out whose coins were whose and what to use. I did get some stash from the Primitive Hair. I got some linen called Old Salem. Now I placed an order through her Etsy shop. Her name is Isabel. Primitive Hair comes from Italy. Well, what I didn't know is that it actually arrived from Texas. So she must have maybe a distributor that she uses. They are back ordered on a few flosses I ordered, so I'll have to keep an eye on that. But anyway, I received these very fast. This is Old Linen, or Old Salem linen by the Primitive Hair. They're so pretty. I love how they're wrapped, and so you get an idea of what they look like. I'm gonna put this up against some white so you can see the colors much better. You can see the colors now. So what these are gonna go on are my 2 charts. Oh, this is another one I got from her, I forgot. This is the Berlin linen. This is what the tag looks like. And it's, do I have the chart? No, I didn't bring the chart. It's got like antique writing on it. So if you stitch, say, black, it would just look, or any color really, it would look amazing on this fabric. So I did get some of that. But these 2, the Old Salem, these are going to, there. Stop. Sorry, guys. Okay, that's gonna go on this one. This is the Christmas Carol Sampler Tiny Tim and Scrooge sampler by the Primitive Hare. I love this chart. I told you before, I am a huge Christmas Carol fan. My favorite one is with George C. Scott. And I love the third creepy ghost. I love all the ghosts. And so this is gonna get started soon. This will get started this year. The next one I got, which I realized I don't think I got the fabric for this because the fabric is Mermaid Bay linen by the Primitive Hare, 30 count. This is the White Witch. Isn't she fantastic? So this is a fabric I forgot to get. I'll have to get that. But that's really cool. Primitive Hare. And the flosses that they sent, they sent all the flosses for A Christmas Story. There's just a few, they put a note. There's just a few that are back ordered. I forgot to tell you guys, welcome to my kitchen. This is my kitchen, and I thought it'd be neat to film in a different location. We've received some beautiful flowers for Elizabeth, and a friend of mine gave me flowers. Our pet sitter actually gave us some flowers. So anyway, I thought it would be neat to film in our kitchen so you get an idea of where I hang out and where I like to be. I love my kitchen so much. We had it redone about a year and a half ago, and had the cabinets restained, new appliances and stuff, so you get an idea of what that looks like. And anyway, so it's fun being down here. There was a couple things I keep forgetting to show you guys that I made. Years ago, I used to love making keychains, which is funny to me because now floss rings, is that what they're called? Floss rings or floss keeps are so popular. And I decided, you know, I'm gonna make myself some floss keeps. And here's a cat. A little hard to see with the glare, but I put a little kitty cat charm with him. And I made a couple other ones that are really cute. This one is a rabbit, a little Victorian. I used Victorian paper, so it's got a little rabbit. But these are little floss. What you do is you put these on your floss rings. When you put all your floss together for a project, you just put a little floss keeper on there to add a little bling. So these are a few that I made that I thought I'd show you guys. I got a vintage Santa Claus. I wish I could get that little glare off there. A couple more. This is one of my favorites. It's a rose with some pine cones that I thought was really pretty. I like that. Love the pine cones. Then I changed it up a little bit, and these are not done yet, so there's some roses and pine cones on a really pretty Victorian looking keeper. Same thing, roses with ribbon and pearls. And the last one I'll show you guys is on gold. I like changing the different colors, gold and the roses. So I thought that was fun. And it just was funny because, like I said, I used to love making keychains years ago, and now it's popular to make the thread keeps. So I thought, okay, I'll make myself some thread keeps, and maybe I'll put some in some giveaways. Speaking of giveaways, I do have winners, but I'm gonna save that for the next video. I apologize because the giveaway numbers that I picked and the chart that I wanted to show you guys, it was fabric and it was a magazine that I was giving away, or upstairs. I'm not doing well with my knee. I had surgery. I know you guys remember I had surgery May 16th. I had a deconstruction of the knee, and I'm not doing real well right now. So it's gonna be hard for me to go back upstairs, and my husband's not home. So if you don't mind, I apologize. Giveaways will be next week. I'll have some new ones, and I'll announce the winners of the previous video giveaway winners. Okay, let's show some progress. So Stitch Mania came to an end for me early when I got the news that Elizabeth passed away. Everything stopped. It blew me away, and everything stopped. So that included Stitch Mania. I didn't feel like stitching. I couldn't get my mind to focus on anything. So Stitch Mania came to a halt last Tuesday. So I will show you the stuff I worked on before and show you some progress. This is Hoity Toity by Long Dog Sampler. Not a lot of I did get some progress. I didn't get a lot of time to work on this. And again, this is all from about 2 weeks ago when I was still doing Stitch Mania. And this is being done with Mrs. Sadis silks. They are beautiful, beautiful colors, bright, vibrant. I like bright colors. So you get an idea of these pretty colors on, I believe this is Legacy. And my progress, it really surprised me how many color changes there are in this chart. And it's taking, this little bit here took a long time for me to do. So you can see up close all the color changes, even on the little leaves and all that. I started Hoity Toity in the top left, so you can kind of get an idea. This is where I'm at right here. And it's hard to see, especially with that glare, the color changes, but anyway, I believe this is 30, I know that's 32 count, but I believe that's on Legacy fabric. It's pretty. But these silks, I would use, it's an Etsy shop in Spain. And again, it's Mrs., M-I-S-S-U-S, Sadis, S-E-D-A-S. The nicest lady, and fast shipping. I was very happy with that, with the ordering from Mrs. Sadis. And the silks are just so, oh, they're so nice to work with. Okay, next up, this isn't a very good, I make copies when I work on a chart. I don't like to mark on my chart, so I make a working copy. This is Autumn Quakers by Rosewood Manor. Again, I'm working up in here. I did finish this motif and I'm starting on this one. To give you an idea, it is on, I believe it's Vintage Country Mocha. It's either 28 or 32 count. And this is my progress. Isn't that beautiful? I finally got that motif done. Actually, I take that back. It looks like, hold on, sorry, I'm moving this. Looks like I need to, looks like I'm missing something right there. Like, see where this is right here? It looks like I need to fill this in right here. So I'm gonna have to take a look. But otherwise, that motif is pretty much done. And I love this. It's one of my favorites. Beautiful. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is Vintage Country Mocha, 28 or 32 count. Next, we have A Perfect World, which is going to be a finish in the next couple of months. I can feel it. It is on Ale by Picture This Plus. Let me show you. Oh, I got the hiccups. Let me show you the chart. Pretty. I started bottom. I have the whole bottom done. This is by the Scarlet House, and my progress, I finally got more progress on that house. So this is the progress on that beautiful flower vase with the burgundy and white flowers is really something. I'm real happy with this. So this, hopefully, I just have a feeling is going to be done in the next, say, 3 months, 4 months. I'll have a finish, and that, I just can't wait to get it finished and framed. It's going to be so beautiful. So again, that's the Scarlet House. It's called A Perfect World. I chose Anchor Black for my floss because I'm really not that happy with 310 anymore. And the Anchor Black, I think the coverage came out really good. This one isn't much progress, but it was a Mania start. It is, let's see here, Heart Ease Exemplar Works by Teresa Baird, called Antrim's Folly. It's a big one. It is big. But I love that little dress that she has on. I love how beautiful that house is and the trees, the spotted cow. I think it's a gorgeous, gorgeous piece. So I started down here, and it's really hard to see in the picture. It says Burlington County, New Jersey. because the whole chart is called Antrim's Folly, a Burlington County Inspiration. So it's really hard to see where my progress is, but there's the lettering here. And my progress, I know this is an R&R fabric. I just don't remember what color it is. That's my progress so far. So that black is a big strip of black that's gonna say Burlington County, New Jersey in the middle. And again, that was right here. It's good. It's a beast of a chart. It's huge and beautiful. So I'm really excited that I got to stitch on that. The next one I got a lot of progress on. Well, sort of. Stacy Nash, Stables at Hollyberry Farm. I'm using 32 count Ren by Picture This Plus. This house, I'm not kidding you, took me forever. This is the first project that I picked up after Elizabeth passed away, and it has been such a comfort for me to stitch on. Very, very comforting. And so I worked on this for about 4 days and finally got this barn finished. So that's my progress. All right, there we go. That's progress here. That barn is beautiful. I used cayenne from, I believe it's Weeks Dye Works, and I love it. I love the pink color. I love the alternating red flowers. So that's my progress on Stacy Nash, Stables at Hollyberry Farm. This house I think is gonna go faster because of the windows. It's not so much solid stitching like that one, like the barn. But this barn was just thick stitching, and it took me forever, but I think it's beautiful. Really happy with that. So that was my comfort stitch. It was the first thing I picked up, and it was great. It made me really happy to stitch on. Okay, the last progress I'm gonna show today is Anzac by Long Dog Sampler. This is the pretty chart that is New Zealand and Australia animals. I'm starting up here, and you can see the gecko or the lizard, and see his tail going around in a circle with the koala bears in the middle. That's what I finished so far. And my progress is here. So I love the gecko, how his tail goes around. And then you can also see the gecko's legs. See his 2 legs? What's cool is I love the claws. See how you can see the claws on the koala bear, and you can see the claws on the gecko next to his eyes? But I love how his tail spins around. So anyway, that's my progress. I'm starting now on this guy. See how he's facing up? That's where I'm at now. Here. Right there. I'm probably gonna work on him a little bit more today. Okay, that's all I have for whips that I've worked on in the last 2 weeks. I'm going to show some mail, or I wanted to show you a box that I got and tell you about a website that, just like I said, she's a viewer and sent me a comment that she had wanted to send me some things from her website. Her website, I went on there to take a look, and I had been on there before, and I sent her an email. I said, oh, your shop is gorgeous. I'm gonna order some things. And she said, I really want to send you some. And oh, she blew me away, you guys. I just started crying because I was just so, the thoughtfulness of Angela just blew me away. Her website, I want to make sure I get it right, twistedrabbitcreations.com. They are soaps, lip balms, body butter, and I'll show you what she sent me. It is, I wish you guys could smell it because the smell is so fantastic. But anyway, Twisted Rabbit Creations, and she sent me all kinds, just bought a box of beautiful, beautiful soaps, bar soaps, body butters, for me to try. And oh, the smells, you guys, you have to go check it out. And Fairy Nectar, oh, this one, I'm gonna take it out so you guys can actually see it. This soap is gorgeous. Look at the swirls on this soap. Isn't it beautiful? This one is called Fairy Nectar. And she just loaded this box with goodness. Applejack, menthol, orange. Anyway, I wanted to mention it to you guys because when I was on there, I loved all the, she was afraid this one would melt, and it didn't. It's just, look at that. Oh my gosh. So anyway, I wanted to tell you guys about her website because when I was on there looking, again, she has lip balms, dog shampoo. Look at this. It's so awesome. Several lip balms. Anyway, she sent me so much soaps, and they are beautiful, beautiful soaps. So check out twistеdrabbitcreations.com. She also made me I don't know if I can talk about it because that's gonna make me cry. She made me a beautiful journal. Look at this journal, to write my thoughts and my memories of Elizabeth. And my intention is to put pictures and fill it up with, she had a recipe for yogurt that Elizabeth loved to make, and I'm gonna fill it up. And this just really meant a lot to me, Angela. Thank you so much. Okay, how about some stash? Would you guys like to see some new stash? I decided to go ahead and finally get all the beads and the buttons from Jen's Stitching Niche. She sent me everything I needed to do Jim Shore's 12 Days of Christmas. I had gotten this book a while back, and now I believe Jen is doing each one separate on perforated paper, I believe. I thought about doing that because I love working on perforated paper. I really like seeing them separate, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and put them all together. Again, they do have beads. Oh, here's some pictures of separate, just to get an idea. So you've got, we'll take this for example. The first one, partridge in a pear tree. Someone stitched it and made a pillow. Or you can take French hens and frame that, and it doesn't have to really be a Christmas piece. This person here left out number 3, day 3, and made it more of an individual piece. Here's some more ideas. Anyway, so I am gonna do the 12 Days of Christmas, probably all together with the beads, but look at all these beads. Oh my gosh. Wow, I'll be beading forever. And it said she did send buttons, so there's gonna be some buttons involved too. Next up, I ended up getting a chart from Lila's Studio. This is really pretty. With the Needle 2. That's the name of it. Lila's Studio. And look at that. It's so beautiful. Oh my gosh. I love everything about this chart. Somebody had, no, I'm thinking of something else. I thought I seen it stitched up on a floss tube recently. A couple more things to stash that I got. Stacy Nash, The Good Stitching Witch pin keep. I am really missing Halloween stitching. I just realized that I stitched, I'm gonna get it in a few minutes. I stitched on a Heaven and Earth Designs that I haven't stitched on in a while. It is Amazing Animal Kingdom. I'm gonna show that in a few minutes. But here's this one. I don't think I've shown this. The Good Stitching Witch Pin Keep by Stacy Nash. I can't even say my own name. Stacy Nash. That's cute. Here's another one I got. It is Plum Street Samplers Crone on the Hill. I like those, are they vultures? I believe they're vultures. Crone on the Hill. by Plum Street Samplers. I like those pumpkins too. Oh gosh, this one is so beautiful. My friend Jean is going to be starting this, and I think I'm going to join her. It's breathtaking. It's so beautiful. This is Yvonne Leclerc, 1905 by Reflex Del Soie. Look at that. Look at those colors. And the called for threads are Soie d'Alger and DMC. You have your choice to use either one. That is just gorgeous. Here's the name. And it's by Reflex Del Soie. Gorgeous, gorgeous chart. Another one I got is by Kathy Barrick. This one I'm not going to start until I finish Anne Grimshaw, which is, for some reason, it reminds me of Anne Grimshaw by The Scarlet Letter, I believe. I'm going to work on that too this week. AH to EE by Kathy Barrick. Isn't that pretty? I love that. So this is not going to get started until I get progress on Anne Grimshaw. I'm doing Anne Grimshaw in all black. So that's really pretty. Okay, I'm back. I wanted to grab my Heaven and Earth designs that I got out and I started working on again. I have missed working on this so much, and I didn't show it last week because I didn't have progress on it, but this is called The Amazing Animal Kingdom, artwork by Amy Stewart. Anything with animals, just, oh gosh, I think this chart is just amazing. So I'm starting up here. I've got the bird, I finished the bird. You can't see him that well, but that's a black gorilla. And I'm starting on the gorilla's back. So take a look up here. This chart is just, it felt so good to stitch on a Heaven and Earth again. I've missed it. This is 20 count. I've got the bird and I'm starting on the gorilla. But look at those colors, those beautiful green leaves, and it's just a beautiful, beautiful chart. She is so, I'm trying to figure out how here we go. Top left here, and can't see it with this lighting very well, but it's really, really pretty. So I'm gonna work some more on Amazing Animal Kingdom and hopefully finish up that gorilla, and I'll show you guys. That's one that I'm probably not gonna show all the time because you could work on it for, gosh, 10 hours and not really see a lot of progress. So when I get the gorilla done, I'll probably show you guys again. Here's some more. I ended up getting the Blackbird Designs 'Tis Halloween, 13 stockings and projects to stitch for spooky fun. I like that. I like the candy corn on the stocking. Now, I don't think I'm gonna be finishing the stocking myself. I'll have someone else do it, but some of the, here's the back. Some of the stockings in here are so cute. I like that candy corn again. And so I ended up getting this from Blackbird Designs. Oh, look at him. Yes, definitely. So this is a neat book. I got that. I ended up getting, I saw Debbie from Creatively Yours. She's a Dutch stitcher and floss tuber. Check her out. She just started Feast of Friendship by Blackbird Designs. That is beautiful. So I'd like to start stitching that. I like that too. It's so pretty. Another one I got is Sisters by Blackbird Designs, the Sisters book. They've got a lot of beautiful things in here. That's pretty. I like these colors. There was another one in here that I really like. Oh, this is the one I really like. Let's see if you can see. Isn't that pretty? So I did get that. I got a few Lindy Stitches charts. Here's a patriotic one that I got. That's really cute. Uncle Sam and the bird and the eagles. Lindy Stitches. This one is called Uncle Sam's Rickshaw. I like that. This one I can't remember if I showed you already. Jen from Jen Stitchy Niche finished the other Quaker Christmas. There's two of them, I believe, by Bygone Stitches. Or it could have been this one that she finished. I don't think it was, though. I think it was the other one. So this is called Quaker Christmas. Look at that. I am really liking these red sampler. I mean, I love black, but this one's cool because it's got the Christmas songs, Oh Holy Night, the First Noel, all the songs of Christmas. I think that's just a really neat chart. Bygone Stitches. So I got this one too. Another one by Lindy Stitches I got is called Ride Forth Singing. This was me growing up. I rode a lot of horses. I spent a lot of time on my aunt's ranch in Nevada, and I always had my hair in a ponytail and just ran those horses into the wind, and it was so fun. And oh, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Lindy Stitches. And that border is beautiful. That's exactly what I looked like when I was a girl riding my horses. Ride Forth Singing. My birds are going crazy. Right now my parakeet is making a bunch of noise. I had to move him into another room, but the one that's really upset right now is Clara, my cockatiel, because I had to take her upstairs, and she is squawking and just throwing a fit up there. So she's so pissed. These I haven't opened yet. I got them on Stash Unload, called Butternut Road. New Wings A? Is that what? New Wings. This might be kind of hard to see because it's, like I said, I haven't even taken it out yet. It is alphabet in like a Victorian writing. Let's see, you know what? It's stapled. I may as well take it out. See it a little bit better. That's better. So that's pretty. Anyway, I got it off Stash and Load for a really good price. Oh, I just noticed that someone did like just part of the chart on the second picture. See, there's the whole chart, and then there's the butterfly on the bottom, which is part of the letters. I think that's really pretty. And then the second chart I got is called, it's by Butternut Road Summer Sampler. Again, I got that off Stash Unload for just, gosh, a few dollars, like $4, a couple dollars. Anyway, I thought that was really great. Another one I got, I can't remember if I showed already. I might have showed it last video, Madame Lafie Scary Halloween. Isn't that cool? I love Halloween stitching. It's one of my favorite things. So I got that by Madame Lafie. And the last one I'm gonna show today, actually I'll show the last Lindy Stitches I got, is Emily's House. I think that's really pretty. Sorry for the glare, guys. You know what? It's easy to take out. Emily's House by Lindy Stitches. That's pretty. Look at that. It's kind of a scary looking house. I like that. And the last chart I'm gonna show right now is, I got this one because Amy Loves Toads just finished it, and it is gorgeous. It's in, not the last video, but the video before. She may have actually showed it in her last video. So check her out, Amy Loves Toads, and that is what she finished. It is called The Shores of Hawk Run Hollow. I've decided I wanna collect all the Hawk Run Hollows. It's by Carriage House Samplings, and I'm gonna collect all of them. I'm working on a year at Hawk Run right now, and I've got January, February, and almost all of March done. Anyway, beautiful chart. Okay, that's all I have for stash for now. I have more to show next week. I'm gonna have giveaways next week. And for those of you that do wanna stick around, I'm gonna show some pictures at the end of this video of Elizabeth. and tell you a little bit about what happened this past week. If you want to stick around, you're more than welcome. Otherwise, I will see you guys probably in 2 weeks. And I hope everyone has happy stitching, and we'll see you then. So if you have decided to continue with me to the end of the video, I wanted to tell you a little bit about what we went through this past week and explain. I did post on Instagram that we lost Rick's daughter, Elizabeth. She was 40 years old, and so she was very young, and she was my bridesmaid when I stood up, and when I married her dad, she was my bridesmaid. So I'm gonna show some pictures at the end of her in her beautiful gown and our wedding picture and stuff. So Elizabeth, about 2 months ago, well, she's had lupus for years. And she's had her ups and downs with lupus. A lot of the medication was able to control a lot of the problems that she had. And about 2 months ago, when the whole COVID thing started, she kept complaining to her doctors that she wasn't feeling good. She was feverish. She was vomiting, not feeling well at all. And unfortunately, she was one of the victims of, how do I want to word this? Because she did not have COVID. It was nothing COVID related at all. She was tested, did not have COVID, but she was one of the victims of this whole COVID pandemic, to where she was not, it seems like everybody else either is ignored or isn't thought of as serious as they should be. And in my opinion, a patient with lupus should be treated very serious. And anyway, long story short, she was feeling bad for a long time. She had talked to her doctors, and she kept telling them there's something wrong, and she was just practically begging them, something's wrong with me, will you see me? And they wouldn't see her. They kept telling her, well, let's just do a telephone call. Let's do a telephone appointment. Well, what are you gonna do when you've got a blood infection and severe pneumonia over the phone? So that's what happened to her. Is for 2 months, she suffered with a blood infection. She had a PICC line that went into her heart to dispense medication, and somehow she did, something that you have to have flushed and cleaned daily, and she was very good about that. But anyway, the doctors wouldn't see her in person, and they just kept, they would give her something, antibiotic or whatever, while what they didn't know is that she had an infection of the blood and pneumonia. So she was hospitalized in Colorado Springs. Well, she called 911, and they came and took her to Colorado Springs. And long story short, she got transferred to the specialist in Denver, which refused to let her see anybody. They wouldn't let her have a single visitor because of COVID. Even though her husband tested negative, Elizabeth tested negative, they would not, no matter how much Steve begged to see her. Steve is her husband, and they have 2 young boys, 2 teenage boys, 13 and 15, and they would not let Elizabeth have a single visitor. Where other hospitals are letting one person at least sit by the bedside of a sick patient. Well, she was so critical, she was in ICU, and Steve continued to beg. The media got involved. They showed a broadcast on the Denver news of her story and how she's not being allowed to see anyone, and how Steve is just begging the hospital administrators, the governor, and everybody just ignored him. And Elizabeth never got to see a single person by her side. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I've been hospitalized before. I was hospitalized, oh gosh, maybe 8, 9, 10 years ago with pneumonia, and I was there for 4 nights. And that first night after my dad left, I flipped. I just couldn't stand being by myself in the hospital. So I pulled my IVs out, I disconnected all the tubes, the heart monitors, I disconnected everything, and I walked out. I didn't get very far. I had blood coming out of my arm, and so anyway, and a nurse actually sat with me. So having someone with you when you're in the hospital is everything. And to be alone like that is unforgivable. So that's something our family's going through, is the anger of her being alone for so long, and Steve not getting to say anything, you know, not being able to see his wife, and the boys not being able to see their mom. And so that's something we're having to, I know, and I can't really travel right now because of my surgery, and Rick was going to go up to Denver to spend time with her, but she told him, she says, they won't let me see anybody, so you can't really, coming up isn't going to do anything. Steve drove up with the boys, and they were outside of her hospital window flicking lights so that Elizabeth can see the lights back and forth, and the nurses flicked the lights for her so she could wave out the window. And that's all she got as far as visitation. So she was there almost 3 weeks. She fully recovered. It was amazing. She had to do a few Lasix treatments to get rid of fluid, and the infection was gone. Her pneumonia was just so much better. She texted me that morning and said, great news, I'm getting released. So we were so excited. We were thrilled. She finally gets to go home. And so she texted me, and then just a few hours later, for whatever reason, she went into cardiac arrest and she passed away. So she passed away within just a few hours of telling us she was getting ready to be released within a day or two. And so that's what has happened with us. And like I said, 2019 and 20 have not been kind to our family. And I apologize for bringing sadness to Flosstube, but that's why I wanted to put this at the end of the video in case there were people that just weren't interested in, you know, some people don't come to Flosstube to hear about people's lives and life updates like that. They want to hear about cross stitch and stuff. And I totally understand that. Everybody has enough going on in their lives that, you know, I just saw a message from a viewer. Thank you, Kim. I just saw your message come in. Kim has been checking on me almost every day, so thank you. Anyway, but I wanted to mention this because you really have to fight sometimes for things that you want. And the media ended up doing a story, again, a second story on her passing away. So things have to change. Things have got to change because no one should die alone like that. And families should not have to go through not being able to see their loved ones, COVID or not. There were lots of things that were hurting people and killing people, like strokes and heart attacks, before COVID ever came around, cancer, and it is not fair to those patients to not get to see their loved ones. And we're a little angry right now. We're very angry. But I want to tell you guys, and hopefully nobody has to go through what we just went through. And Steve and the boys are doing really good. They're hanging in there. My husband is doing good. He's hanging in there too. Her memorial will be at the end of June. But anyway, I wanted to mention this story because you have to really fight for what you want, and you really have to protect your loved ones from things that I feel like, I mean, COVID is a serious virus, no doubt about it. But the people who have other illnesses, cancers and lupus and heart conditions, they can't be brushed to the side like that. And that's what happened to her. We are thinking or wondering if she hadn't been pushed aside for 2 months with these telephone appointments, if it hadn't gotten as severe as it did. Maybe that was just too much for her heart to take. I don't know. We don't know exactly what happened yet. And so anyway, I wanted to bring that to you. I certainly don't want this Flosstube to end on a really sad note. I just wanted you guys to know that you really have to fight for what you want sometimes, and let your voice be heard. And if you have symptoms of something, if you think there's something wrong, don't let them telephone appointment you. Go in, you know, call 911 if you have to, if you're very, very sick and you know something's wrong. Don't wait, don't put it off. And that's the message I wanted to leave you guys with. Not a sad one, because Elizabeth would not have wanted that. Again, she loved these videos. She loved watching the cross stitching. She loved to just sit, and she'd always send me a message after, you know, after my video was uploaded. She'd say, I just watched your video. So that's what this part of this video is about. And I will continue to do floss tube videos because they sure made her happy and they make me happy. I love all of you guys. You have truly gotten me through something difficult again. And I can't thank you enough for being there for me. And I really, really appreciate it. So next week we're going to have, no, 2 weeks, we're going to have another video and we'll have giveaways. We're going to have some fun. But I wanted to just give you guys an update of what's going on and show my progress. And for the ones that wanted me to do a video on the basics of cross stitch, that is coming, I promise. It's just this past week I couldn't do it. So the basics of cross stitch are coming. Starting a full coverage video is coming. And I'm also going to do a video just on samplers and just have a sampler chart parade. I have several giveaways of some sampler charts. If you're interested, stick around. They will be popping up in the next few weeks. So thank you, everybody. I appreciate you being here for me. I appreciate you watching the videos, and happy stitching, everybody. I'll see you in 2 weeks. Bye, guys.